All right, I'm going to go ahead and start our presentation. Welcome, everybody. We've got people up on the Discord, so we have the weekly update, or bi-weekly update here from Zencash, and we've got a great presentation that we've put together for everybody, and hoping I can get some confirmation on the Discord that people are hearing this live stream. So I'm going to just check. I've got this is Rolf Versluis with Zencash, and I've got Rob Viglione was going to be part of this, but he's traveling, and I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, Rocket says it's working well, so I'm going to keep going. And we'll do another start so I can edit this for the YouTube video later. Welcome, everybody, to the Zen Biweekly Update. It's the 11th of October, 2017. This is Rolf Versluis, also known as Block Ops. We got some great updates for you. Just like every 2 weeks, a lot's happened in the last couple of weeks, and we've got a lot of things that are going on. So this is very exciting. And we'll go through and get everybody up to date. So, first off, let's just start with the news. We're going to go over into detail on more of this stuff later on in the presentation, but I figured we'd just get right to the point with lots of different things. Secure Node beta testing is starting this week. Chronic and DevMan have been working hard for the last few days and last few weeks on getting everything over to beta testing, and I'll explain that more in a little bit. We've got the Zencash Android wallet published in the Google Play Store. That's great. I've been using it. It's great. We've got some screenshots of it, and we'll go over this in more detail. The Horizen wallet binaries are published. That's our second big desktop wallet in addition to the Swing wallet, and it's approaching the things that we're doing with Zencash wallets in a different way, which is wonderful. Online interviews and presentations. So we've got some update on some things that we did and links. We got a new logo. We're going to share that, which means that we're going forward with a website redesign, and then we're going to have merch. So Zencash merch. I think we got an order going for one of the conferences that we are going to be at, and it's going to be a pleasure to wear the new logo. We got updates from a few regional teams, and we got some Zencash community and marketing activity, a little bit of marketing updates, some public relations, and then our roadmap. So let's get to it. All right, so we've been thinking about, as we go to these presentations and talk to people and do our different pitches and stuff like that, we really need a good way to talk about what Zencash is to people and what it means. And there's so many different cryptocurrencies out there. Everybody has to have their niche and what they're good at. And we see what's going on with Bitcoin and all the interest and things with that. But for Zencash, it's privacy. And there's really, especially with the new mobile wallet and the things that we've got on the roadmap, we can be really, really good at face-to-face private transactions. Because there's things that we want to do that we don't want everybody to know about, which to me is most of the things in my life. I don't want other people knowing about it. So we can keep our personal business private. And one of our advisors, Steve Narioff, said, hey, it's like Venmo, but for crypto. And I hadn't used Venmo. I used PayPal, but I immediately downloaded Venmo and gave it a try. And it's great. It hooks into all your Facebook friends, it hooks into your Google accounts, it hooks into your bank accounts, and then you can start communicating and sharing and sending personal money to folks. Obviously, there's a market for this. We got a slide here of the payments growth. But Zencash is like Venmo, but unlike Venmo because we keep it private, so we don't hook into Google and your bank account or into Zencash. It even works for the unbanked folks. So an easy way to explain Zencash to people is it's the best private payment method for individuals. So that's a great place to start, and of course we can grow from there, but that's a nice concise message. So why is privacy important, and why do we emphasize privacy and the potential for anonymous transactions with Zencash? Oh, I got a little bit of feedback there, but I think I'm good. Okay, so if big organizations know what you're doing, they can use that information for social shaming. So you see that where somebody does something silly, or there's Walmart photos or other things like that, where people are just tried to made to feel ashamed for what they do and how they are and how they act, and it conditions people to conform, which I think it limits to what you can do um, in society. So a lot of the government schools and different things like that, it's all about making sure that you know your place and you fit into it. Well, part of that is if organizations can track what you're going on and leak it out to the news anyway, anytime, things that are straightforward, innocuous may in another time period or in a different view, or if it's edited or things like that, it might not, I don't know, you might not want people to know about it. So, but if you're scared to do things because you're scared to be shamed about it, then it's more difficult to reach your potential in life. So if when I'm going to the Texas Bitcoin conference at the end of the month, and I was on the crypto radio show, and as I was doing the crypto radio show, I was saying, okay, we're talking about what we're doing, we're talking about who we are, but sometimes it's important to talk about why you're doing it, because that way people know that you're engaged and want to be doing this and are going to continue to work hard for a long period of time. And that's how I feel about it. So Zencash is creating a system to help people assert their privacy to maximize their potential in life. And that can be a stretch, but that's really how I feel. And that's me, that's a way that I'm going to be using to explain Zencash going forward. Okay, so as we talk more and more about secure nodes, let's talk a little bit about why secure nodes are important. We've been talking about what we're doing to get secure nodes launched and why they're important and all sorts of different things like that. But we're seeing this famous Gandhi quote here. We're seeing it with Bitcoin these days, where first nobody took Bitcoin seriously. And then, various parts of the year, Bitcoin was ridiculed. People are laughing at it. And now Bitcoin is being banned. So as we're going from this Mahatma Gandhi quote of first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, and then they fight you, and then you win, Bitcoin is starting to hit the area where different organizations who don't like what Bitcoin enables people to do, it's starting to be attacked. And the altcoins can just look to see what happens with Bitcoin and say, okay, well, we probably need to prepare for that. So if we look at saying how are the many different ways that Zencash can be attacked by organizations whose business process and way of going to market we might be a threat to, well, cryptocurrencies can be attacked, through their code, through the people that are writing the code, through vendors, through exchanges, but also through nodes. And so secure nodes are a really important part to keep Zencash viable and going. If we want Zencash to be the most important and best way to do face-to-face personal private transactions, Venmo of crypto, then we have to make sure that the system's up and running. And that's what secure nodes are all about. Okay, so we're pretty much wrapping up alpha testing with secure nodes. There was a lot of development. Now, just as a side note, the secure node tracking and payment system isn't necessary for all the Zencash nodes to run, but it's an important part of encouraging people to run nodes that are distributed, that are resilient, that are secure, and that are going to be able to be an important contributing part of the Zencash ecosystem. So we've gotten just a ton of support from people on the Slack in the community testing different aspects of the Zen node tracking system and how it make sure that the people that are running the nodes are doing the things that, setting them up and running them the way that we want them to. And we have, if you look at this picture here, we've had a total of 174 different secure nodes registered on the, and this is on the test net running in the alpha. So more than 100 that are up at this time, and this was just a few days ago. And we've done 3 successful payment tests. So we're ready to move to a beta test. So let's talk about how we're doing that. I drew up a little picture here of the server systems that we're putting together for this. And it's designed to be resilient. And as a side note, this is the first step to doing secure nodes. As part of our roadmap in the future, we definitely want to integrate this into a way that it's untrusted and into the blockchain. But this first step is really important to showing the viability of secure nodes, how the compensation model works, and seeing what the interest and engagement level is, as well as to see, okay, how does a system like this perform when there's a lot of nodes out there? So there's a number of different elements that go into the tracking and payment system, and we're building them on a geographically distributed secure cluster model. So right now, the Secure Node Tracker client is published in the Zencash official GitHub, and that's where we're going to write our guides, and everybody's going to download it going forward. So that's a big step, and Debman and Chronic have built the redundant server cluster and are testing the application and failover right now. So the plan is that we're going to have everybody move their secure nodes that are running on testnet from the existing server that they're connecting to the new servers running in the data centers this week. And once we get that transition made, we're going to be able to test the failover and the applications on the new system. Once we feel confident with that, which should happen relatively rapidly because the software it's been worked on for a while and it's been consistently improved. So we're going to move it over to the mainnet, and that's hoping to be that next week. And after we run it on mainnet for a little while, then we're going to enable the tracking and payments. I'm hoping that we can get that done in the next 2 weeks. Sometimes things come up because we want to make sure that this is done properly and people's nodes are tracked well for their performance level, and payments are going to be made properly. So I'm hoping that in the update 2 weeks from now, we'll be able to say that we're up and running. But again, something might come up. So we're going to leave a little bit of wiggle room there. Okay, and so now the TLS, last update, we talked about transport level security. And transport level security, it's like SSL, it's like that green lock when you're browsing, and that indicates that all the information that's being sent over the internet from the client to the server or from the node to the node in case of cryptocurrencies is encrypted. So not just the information itself, the transactions, but the actual channel itself. So you can see from this diagram or this picture here that we've got a bunch of nodes running, that a bunch of them are running the latest version, the 2.0.10, 126 of them. Still some people need to upgrade. And we can also see that we have a lot of nodes in North America, and we have a lot of nodes in Europe, and we have really only one here in Latin America and none in Africa that we can see there. So obviously we've got some work to do. And if we look at the number of nodes by countries, goodness, it looks like Deutschland's right there, and then France, and still US is up there. So okay, that's cool. Anyway, it's nice to have the little international competition as well. Of course, just from where the node is doesn't necessarily mean who's running it, things like that. But okay, so expanding our roadmap. So we have a lot of things on our roadmap, and a lot of times on these updates we talk about, okay, what are we doing with secure nodes and wallets and exchanges and partnerships and things like that. And those, we continue to do those. So as our community grows, as our relationship grows, and um, when I was in the business world and owned a business, I talk about, okay, how do we judge an enterprise business value of an organization? Well, it's the track record of success, it's the capabilities, it's the market, it's the people, it's the experience, it's the different relationships with other organizations, um, like and the things that we've accomplished. Like Jake's continuing to work on the Ledger wallet integration. Oh, and as a side note, that I love um, the bio updates that we're doing on the blog post. If y'all haven't seen those, you should definitely take a look at them. Had one for Jake, and I think one was just published for Jose. Get that correct. So Treasury system implementation, that's part of an important part of the overall trustless nature, and being able to have the Treasury funds, which are the 8.5% mining redirection, have people propose projects and have them voted on. So we're looking to do that and get that fully implemented, and that's going to be implemented into the blockchain. That's the plan in Q2 of 2018. Open Bazaar. So if we're looking to do transactions between people and have the ability to have people do Zencash transactions right now, and I think for the foreseeable future, Open Bazaar works on Bitcoin, but they have Shapeshift integrated, so I think there's already 35 to 50 currencies integrated into it. And this is where the ability of Zencash to do transparent transactions helps us to integrate quickly into systems like Open Bazaar. And if you are concerned about fungibility and privacy, one of the great things about Zencash is that in your wallet, you can, in your desktop wallet, if you have funds, you can send them to a shielded address, then create a new transparent address, send funds from that shielded address to the transparent address. It'll have zero transaction history, and then you can send funds from that transparent address to wherever you want, like Shapeshift or Evercoin or an exchange or things like that. So we're participating in a scaling solution study and then looking to do a scaling solution implementation. Right now we're built on Bitcoin C++ software, which is great. It's time proven, it's well tested. There is the potential ability, if you look at other ways of running blockchains out there and other ways of doing things, to be able to scale to faster transactions and bigger blockchains, more information on the blockchain, while still maintaining all the same capabilities. Think of, I don't know, so you got a Lamborghini, and we want to put a bigger engine into it. That's we don't change what it looks like. We don't change how it drives and things like that. It just gives it a more bigger, powerful engine. That's the idea of what the research and potential development that we're looking at that. So that's a little bit further out on the roadmap, but these are things that we need to think about. And we're also intending to participate in joint academic R&D. So the way that secure nodes work with TLS is great. It would be wonderful to be able to have further anonymization of the network stack and to have more selection ability for how wallets choose what nodes to connect to and things like that. Okay, Zencash Android wallet was published in the Play Store. I was running a beta test, but I was so excited, especially because it was right after I was on the crypto show, which was live broadcast in Austin. They were really asking about mobile device wallets, and so Kendrick Tan has put together a great Zencash wallet. If you have an Android and you haven't downloaded it, I encourage you to. It's got all the functionality that you need. You copy the address, you can scan addresses to send to. I didn't put it on the picture here, but you've got a QR code that you can show people. So if there's a quick way to use Zen, you have it right there on your mobile wallet. So very nice functional system. And he's also working on an iOS version. I think iOS takes a little bit more time to get published in the Apple Store, but the same type of functionality, he's looking to publish it into the Apple Store as well. So that would be wonderful. And again, these are our path to success. We start, we accomplish things, and then we continue to move on and improve. So just like we're going to be working to integrate shielded transaction capability into everything that we're doing going forward, we certainly want to do that on the mobile wallets. And there's a few different ways that we can do that. But I'm very excited that we have the ability to use transparent transactions on a mobile device, because I'm driving around all the time. I've got my phone with me, but not necessarily my computer. So now Horizen is our new Zen wallet. I don't have any screenshots of this yet. Lucas told me that the binaries have been published, so I'm going to download it and run it in one of my virtual machines and see how it works. And I'm very excited because the Swing wallet is an excellent implementation of Zencash with the ability to do the private and anonymous messaging and working on other features. Horizen is approaching wallet from a slightly different angle. So it's an SPV, so it's a lightweight client. You don't have to download the entire blockchain, so you can get it up and running quickly. Looking to do a way to encrypt the wallet database, so there's a higher level of security. And just a different way of approaching it. So again, I love having decentralization in a number of different aspects of the system and having multiple wallets, because some people are going to like the features of one wallet and the looks of it better than the others. And this is, we had the Helios wallet, which is pretty much, it's not supported. Don't recommend y'all use it, and recommend that you use a Swing wallet, and as soon as the Horizen wallet is running, to use that. New logo. People that have been around for a little while recognize this logo because it was the one that the community voted on for the logo contest in July. It incorporates a number of the different stylistic elements that we like, as well as our ticker symbol. And now that we've chosen the logo, we're able to move forward on doing website design. So Rocket and MD Laurie are working hard on putting together a completely new website. We've looked at so many different websites for what it is that we want in the features of talking about what Zencash is, who we are, why we're doing this, what you can do with it, what the roadmap is, who the team is, links to a merchandise store, all sorts of other different things like that. And we were hesitant on doing merch with the older logo because we knew we were going to change to a newer logo. Now that we've got that, we can start going forward on all those different things. And looking to get that new website launched in November. That's an aggressive schedule, but we've been working on it in the background for a little while, or at least MD Laurie has, and that should give us a head start on getting things going. We still need to have a slogan. So Rocket's been running a slogan contest, and there's really some good ones that people have put in place and submitted that look to encompass the gist of Zen in a few short and pithy words. All right, so I'd love to get a German market update, and if Arno is on here, I see a number of people in here, but I don't see Arno. Oh, that's right. He said he wasn't going to be here. Okay, so I love the international groups that we have and the different people that we have that are taken on board to carry the word of Zen into the different international communities. And if you look at the different channels on Slack, you'll see that we have a ton of different channels. Sometimes people just create them. And one of them is the international German, and the people on there are typing in German all the time, and I don't understand it, but I think it's nice to be able to communicate in your native language whenever you're able to, and it allows people to get together with like-thinking people that also like Zencash in Germany. So there's a crypto conference in Prague that Arno's going to, and as an affiliate, which is exciting. I think conferences are great because a lot of what happens is when you get a chance to meet people that also are into cryptocurrency and you can talk about it, there's a lot of different projects out there, but when you go and meet with people and present them to them and talk about why you're different, what you're doing and how great our community is and also different things like that, then you can really get people to be excited and go and carry the word about what it is you're doing, and we end up virally spreading that way. There's a ICO that Social X is doing. It's a German-based team, and they're looking at doing photo sharing on a blockchain. And with the idea that there are some places that don't have access to common photo sharing applications, and there's other good reasons to do photo sharing on a blockchain. So Arno's looking to integrate a light integration. A lot of times people pay for tokens with Ethereum or Bitcoin. We're looking to have token purchases be potentially done with Zencash on the SocialX network. This would be great to be able to have this type of integration. The more types of integration and actual usefulness for Zencash that we have out there, I think the better it is for everybody. Okay, and the Eastern Europe Commonwealth of Independent States. David, I see that you're on here. You ready for an update?
Sure. Hey, all. By the way, Rolf, I'm actually in the backseat of a car traveling from Georgia to South Carolina, so I'm not sure how my voice is coming across. Can you all hear me well?
Yeah, it's coming across full. It's a little cell phone-y-ish, but that's great. I've made that drive many times myself, so don't get a speeding ticket.
So no worries. I'm actually in the backseat getting a ride, so I'm safe in that regard. But if at any point I hit the dead zone between the towers, just drop me a message in the Slack or somewhere. I'll know that to shut up and you can take over. But I'll try to be quick here. So first thing, we talked about Zencash integration into Welto. As you guys remember, it was a platform that would allow cryptocurrency users. In this case, it's basically Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zen, and I think they just added a couple more to pay their bills, for example, electricity, internet, through cryptocurrency. And even better, you can actually talk to Amazon Alexa and literally tell it or her, saying, "Hey, Alexa, please, pay my electricity bill in Zen, of whatever account they have integrated. You can name the account." So I think 2 weeks ago we said we're going to do it. Now it's ready. The guys were amazing to do it very quickly and efficiently. The other big part that actually is very important for the coin and the team is that we're actively recruiting developers. As a matter of fact, I think Rocket is online and listening to me. And as I was in the car, I recruited one developer who is going to do a simple transaction for tracking for us on the website and just count the number of transactions as a first project. So definitely a lot of bright minds interested there and joining the team. We'll be making those announcements formally later. Last but not the least, update that I have is PR and marketing with in the Eastern Russia and Eastern Europe. We were very lucky to collaborate with Inna Tarpan, who is a very respected young lady in the crypto community. She has her own channel and there's a lot of followers, as you see a little snapshot there. She's going to be doing some educational videos for Zen, and the first one is in the works right now as we speak. So that will be coming out, and I know that a lot of our Russian-speaking community speaks English, but not everybody does. So I think that will be perfect for them. Last but not the least, we have a very interesting partnership with a company called Zaha, and what they do, they basically put all the after school of the K-12 children on the blockchain. For example, if someone's child goes to robotics school and does some education there, it will be permanently integrated in their blockchain platform, and they will be able to later use it as their sort of track record of their part of their academic record down the road in the college or whatever will exist by the time they hit the college age. And obviously, this will be an irrefutable record of the information that cannot be changed or altered by any means, unlike some fake diploma people have all over the world. So that's the
That was good timing, David.
so people will get yes.
Oh, your cell phone's cutting out. So we just got you back, but you want to wrap up?
Sorry. Sure. What was the last thing you guys heard?
That you had just finished up the Zaha discussion about being able to put your credentials on the blockchain so that nobody can fake them.
I think that's about all I wanted to say then. Let's wrap up here. I think I'm kind of hitting the dip on the highway where connection is not so good. So please take over, Rolf.
Wonderful. That was a great update. You're getting a lot of things done, and yeah, having Russian-speaking YouTube video and people with a good following like Tarpon, that's very exciting. So again, thanks for the update.
Sure. Okay,
our team's growing. So we got Eli Moskowitz, a C++ developer from Southern California. I know that Rob is out there always recruiting people and talking to them and getting excited, and I think that's a wonderful thing to be doing. I'll be out in a couple weeks out in Menlo Park. Maybe I can try to do the same thing there in Northern California. And Wayne Dawson's joined us. He's a senior developer. He's got a good background in cryptography, not just cryptocurrencies. And he's been doing a lot of getting up to speed on the Zencash C++ code and doing code reviews. He's been getting into all the ZK snarks, the lib snarks, and evaluating the Zcash upstream improvements and looking at doing some of the special projects like domain fronting. And we haven't talked about domain fronting for a while. That's one of those stepping stone type things that we lay the groundwork for. But basically, domain fronting is another way to be able to extend the reach of Zencash into parts of the world where they block a lot of the internet. So domain fronting uses a service like Cloudflare or Amazon's got one, or Google, where basically you have your wallet say that it's going to Google or to Amazon or something like that, and deeper inside the IP packet, it really goes to a Zencash node. And part of the reason that we do certificate authority published certificates with DNS on secure nodes is that so we are laying the groundwork for being able to do domain fronting in the future. And so being able to have have a developer on the team who's knowledgeable about these more advanced ways of doing security and obfuscation is really advantageous. Lucas is continuing to grow his team in the Czech Republic. He's now got 5 people, including himself. And so he's just added a developer and a tester and marketer. So Lucas is heading up the Horizen wallet and doing other types of development. And in addition to recently building out a large Zencash mining facility and doing all sorts of exciting stuff. So I'm going to have to get out there and visit. I'm looking forward to that. And then Jeremy Wen put together a lot of these slides as one of the first things that he's done here as our business operations intern. He's from Tahiti. Right now he's in Quebec. And he's going to be doing lots of different things to help us scale as an organization. Always exciting to have people like that to comment on and help out any way they can. Jane has been doing a lot in Asia. I don't see Jane on the Discord here. She has been engaged in the cryptocurrency and finance community and been going and talking to people face to face, as well as giving presentations. So one of them is with Shan Chain, so Shanghai blockchain is what I think that is. And they're developing a philanthropic cryptocurrency community in China. So not only just looking to, hey, let's ride the rocket to the moon, but let's go out and use some of the things that we're doing to help people out and educate folks and bring this type of information out to people who might not otherwise get engaged with it. Also partnered with the KX Thailand Innovation Center and going and talking to the different startups and getting them up to speed on what blockchain and cryptocurrency. Boy, that looks good for all these developers and things like that David's recruiting. And we give them an opportunity to go teach Thai developers and have a vacation in Thailand. Wish I was a developer. I might be up for that. And then I've got a screenshot here of the Hong Kong FinTech Week 2017. This is a pretty big conference, and she's going to be speaking there. So that's exciting. So getting out and going to events and having a chance, again, to do face-to-face discussions and show people the Zen wallet right there on your Android. That's a way to go get the word out. Okay, interviews and conferences. So our Rob and I have been keeping busy, and we have a kind of a full schedule planned, and we're excited to go out to different blockchain-focused conferences, talk with newsletter writers, and get on and do podcast interviews. So Rob was when he was out at the Nexus Earth conference a few weeks ago, and his video for that's been posted in case y'all are looking for it on YouTube. We linked that in the announcements on the Slack and tweeted it out. While he was out there, he did an interview with Tika Tiwari, who writes the Palm Beach Letter, with 160,000 subscribers, and talked about Zencash and cryptocurrencies. And in addition to just talking about Zencash, he also talks significantly about crypto finance and gives people gets them up to speed on what's going on with cryptocurrencies. So he's attending that Crypto Finance 2017 in Oslo. That's really soon. I didn't realize that. And then a blockchain workshop in Tahiti at the end of the month. And at the same time, at the end of the month, I'll be going to the Texas Bitcoin Conference in Austin. Looking forward to doing that. We've got a speaking slot. And I approach things a little bit differently than Rob. I'm going to definitely be talking about Zencash, but I talk about things from a slightly different perspective, network and operations, and some of the things that I talked about earlier, getting ready for the cryptocurrencies to be actively attacked by organizations that are concerned about them supplanting their business, and talk about how folks can start to prepare that and use the examples that we're doing with secure nodes and TLS transport and things like that. I was on a radio show. So the Crypto Show is a live radio broadcast, and I was on that last week. And on SoundCloud, there is a replay of it. I thought I did pretty good on it. I was excited. They threw me a few different curveballs there. Instead of giving me opportunity to talk about Zencash, they wanted me to talk about my background, and I really should have put more in there about why it is that I'm doing this instead of what I've done in the past. So that's a good takeaway from that. I got a great opportunity to talk about Zencash and what some of the things, how Zencash is different and why they should be using it. They do a lot of charity work. Danny and Chris on the Crypto Show do a lot of charity work. They had been helping for 3 weeks nonstop victims of the flood in Dallas, and they were headed down to Mexico City because there's been a major earthquake there that collapsed buildings and things like that. And one of the things that they do is bring a bunch of food and water and all sorts of different things and hand it out to people. And they also help to carry the message of cryptocurrency while they do that. So Zencash as an organization donated 400 Zencash to help out the earthquake victims in Mexico City. So we love doing things like that. If there's anybody in our community or anybody listening to this that wants to have Rob or me or Jane on their show, you can listen to some of the things that we've done and see that I think we do a decent job. All right, marketing update. So our marketing is being done by Crypto Media Hub. Y'all have heard Tatiana and Callie and Brian before on here, and Tatiana's on the Discord, and she's actually here in Atlanta, but she's not up here north of Atlanta. It's about an hour drive. But she's on and is here to give an update. Tatiana, are you
Hey
there?
guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh wow, look at that, magical. Okay, cool. Hey, how's it going?
Well, I think it's going great. I think everybody
Cool.
else is just listening.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, basically, I mean, I feel like we really covered a lot of the things that I was going to talk about. I've been talking with the folks down at the Latin American Bitcoin conference, down in Colombia. So I'm excited to have a Zen presence down there. We're going to do some ads too on some of the local, media outlets, the crypto media outlets down there. And I've known those guys for a really long time. So if anybody knows any Zen fans that are in Latin America and they want to come, it's in Colombia, December 4th and 5th, I think, or 3rd and 4th, either one, but in Bogota. So Rolf, I think you're going to be there, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. Rob's going to be there. Zenchik, Rosario's going to be there. Uh, looking at that list of nodes, there's really none in Latin America. And I think maybe part of that is cultural, that we need to get down there and have a lot of face-to-face discussions with folks about Zencash. But I'm excited to go, and that was a great suggestion of yours that we attend that. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, we're also looking at, I mean, for sure, that's definitely in my mind, finding crypto event of Latin America, period. But then there's also going to be a pretty big conference out in Dallas in February. So I think that we're going to have a Zen presence there. And we're kind of checking out all the different options. So we're kind of strategic with which conferences we go to and which ones we hold off on as we grow everything out. Also, Callie's going to be on probably another time because she's in Australia right now. So she'll have some stats for you guys and we could share them on the next call. But all the numbers are up. And yeah, we're looking forward to kind of engaging with people. I've been posting on LinkedIn. Um, so we might have to put a budget into some of those kind of posts in order for them to have a little bit more traction. But even organically, they're definitely going up. So if people want to connect with us, we're on all the different socials. Make sure you're commenting on Reddit. Reddit's a little bit of a weird kind of place because it's strange for us to be promoting ourselves. But if there's organic kind of feedback from our audience saying, "Hey, we really like this content," then we can make a mark there. And I know that there are some people that will probably benefit from Zencash on Reddit. It's not like a main focus of ours, but I've just been randomly posting a few things here and there. So if people want to spread the word to other formats besides Twitter and Facebook, those are some other ways that they do it.
Yeah, Tatiana, that's a great point. I think we have maybe 15 to 20 different channels that we're on, and I just, as part of my LinkedIn profile, linked it to the Zencash official one there. I hardly ever get on Reddit. One of the ones I'm looking to do more on is Steemit, and so there's so many different ways to go. For the people that don't know, on our Slack, we have a channel called Twitter Feed. So anytime anybody posts anything, or anytime Zencash official posts anything, or anybody sends anything to Zencash official, it shows there in Twitter Feed. So what I do, I go to Twitter Feed and see what kind of social stuff is out there, and then I retweet it or visit it and upvote it or things like that. And we even did a social sharing channel to try to encourage more of that. Tatiana, I appreciate the invitation or the introduction to the crypto show that you provided. And if there's other things like that, or I know I really appreciate. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys talked about it, but I think you guys are going to be on Sovereign Tech.
That was in there, and I think Rob put that in there when he was planning on talking. I didn't understand what Sovereign Tech was, so I kind of just took it out of the presentation. But if you want,
so Sovereign Tech is super cool. You guys should be really excited about it. Brian Sovereign has a show called Sovereign Tech, and it's kind of like racy, and they have this sci-fi story going on at the same time, but it's really a security show for people who are freedom minded, and it's really spirited. So yeah, I think Rob is going to be on there soon. people want to, in the meantime, go and check out the show. It's Sovereign Tech, SOVRYN Tech. So yeah, people could check it out because Rob will be on there, and I think that's going to be a good match. Brian is on the Crypto Media Hub team, and when we told him about working with Zencash, Brian, I think, is one of the hardest critics that I know, which is why I like using him as one of my people. And he was like, "Oh, this is totally legit," and he was a really big fan. So we're all holding, and yeah, he'll be happy to talk to Rob about it.
That's great. Yeah, that's exciting. And like I said, we're happy to do more of those different types of things.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. So I think that really like the community going well, and now that we can brand, I think it's gonna be fun. So we're all excited for the new site, and yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. And if anybody wants to shoot us some messages, we're at Twitter, cryptomediahub.com, or cryptomediahub on Twitter, but it's cryptomediahub.com.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for the update, Tachan. Appreciate it. If there's anything else as I go through that, please feel free to jump in and comment.
Awesome. Great. Cool. I'm gonna jump off now though, but I mean, I'll mute myself. See you
Okay.
guys. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, this is one that we've been working on for a while. We got this introduction when we were at Consensus to do our launch party, and we're doing a campaign with StormX. And StormX is interesting because they have, I think it's over 250,000 users on, I'm pretty sure it's on Android and on the iOS store, that people download the app, play the games, do things, microtasking, and they get paid in cryptocurrency. So this partnership is a way for Zencash to be introduced to over 250,000 people that are actively engaged on their mobile devices and are already understanding what cryptocurrency is. And so we're doing a campaign with them. You could see that we've announced the campaign. We haven't launched the campaign. I think that's going to be in a week or two. And it looks like StormX is doing their own token sale 8 days from now. So gamified micro tasks. And people got mobile devices. They like playing games. They like making money for doing micro tasks. Any way that we can be involved in that is exciting and gives us exposure to lots of different cryptocurrency enthusiasts. So this partnership's a big deal. And that was pretty much what I had for the update. We've got a lot of different things going on, and I'm glad that we do these updates every 2 weeks. I'm happy to, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm happy to take questions, happy to have people jump in and ask questions. I'll go ahead and scroll through some of the comments here on the YouTube live stream. And for the folks on the team that are on here, if there's anything that you think that I might have missed or something like that you'd like me to talk about, please type or jump in and say what it is that you think we should talk about. And we don't have to do that because we can just continue along with the rest of our day too. But on the Discord here, ZJK made a great point about privacy can be also in this world where people are always looking to see what you're doing and advertise to you and try to sell you things. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I don't answer a call on my cell phone unless it's from somebody that's in my contacts, because whenever I do answer it, just people calling me, it's somebody trying to sell me something. And I know that as soon as I go to a website, for whatever reason, after that, I get advertisements for all sorts of different things. So just from a sheer standpoint of being able to live your life and not be constantly bombarded by people that are trying to sell you stuff or take advantage of you or other things like that, if you look at the path of technology, it's getting ever more intrusive. So by using technology to reclaim what it is that you want to be able to prioritize in your life, I think is definitely a worthy goal. Okay, well, we're going to do this update again in 2 weeks. I think this is working out well. We're also going to post this as one of our YouTube videos, and we'll take, like we did last time, take the different slides from the slideshow and post those on Steemit and then post it on the blog. I'm really happy to be part of this project, and I'm excited how things are going and appreciate everybody's help and hard work in getting to where we are now and as we continue going forward. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a great day.